So I already pulled the business cards out with the tape, and it parted really nicely with no issues there. The duct tape is just so when I sand with this, we're not getting into the nice clean paint, so we don't have to be gouging this side and messing things up. So let's cut this flange off here. Messy work, but you can tell it makes fast work of it. And we'll go ahead and finish the rest up, and I'll show you the parting part of it. You can see here that the line is very, very straight. And so I'm going to take some sandpaper, 60 grit, and I'm going to go to where I touch this tape here, and that should be getting it about level. You notice I'm scratching the duct tape, and if that wasn't there, that would be scratches you would have to fix later. So when I pull back the duct tape, it'll be clean. You can tell I got in a little heavy right here, but it didn't scratch it, it just peeled it back. So that's the way you keep from making more work for yourself. And so you just have to kind of get in there. You see some of the orange tape is starting to peel loose that's underneath the original. And so that's pretty much it. You just want to eyeball it and get it roughed up. And then later on we're going to take and keep stepping this down to where it's just smooth as a baby's butt, just like the rest of the model. Now we peel all this tape off, and we're going to replace it with new tape, something a little thinner, so we can get this gap a little bit better. I just put one layer of masking tape, so it's very thin. So I just take this and just kind of run it up through here. When I start moving a little bit of the masking tape, I know I'm flush. Everything's smooth. And that's how you get a nice, perfect fit without a lot of extra work. And then a little lacquer there, clean the residue of the tape up. And you can feel it how smooth it is. Perfect. Hope that line shows up on the camera. No, this side is perfect. And I hope the camera shows it. It's a perfect fit, it's smooth. But when you go on this side, I got a little bit of a gap here. So I got a choice. I either can grind this down or build this section up. So I'll take this back off again and see if I got room to grind it down. So let me show you what's going on here. I'm trying to cut that out, make it blend. I got into the wood, so I've gone through the fiberglass. So this will need to be fiberglass back, and then there's going to be some filler, just a light little filler to blend this in to make that perfect. And my gap is too tight. I'm going to have to sand a little something off on either side to make that work. So you can see that we got the fiberglass laid in to fix this little spot. This has been filled in, so now we just need to sand all this down and make it look smooth again and clean. And this will be it's already a perfect fit. It just needs a little sanding. Now this is a 60 grit. It's really gonna sand it quick. You can tell the cloth really gets gummed up in that sandpaper, so. It. Put this back on. So we got a little work to do right in here. I'm just putting on this green putty. It sands really nice, but it's really not for building anything up. It's really just for pinholes, things like that. And it blends really well. Or sand smooth, but you don't want to use that for big areas because it's just for little tiny holes, because it's really a soft material. Let this dry, sand this back down, sand our lines, and then we'll be done with this section. Now this about been 30 minutes dried up. I'm gonna take 60 grit and just barely hit, just lightly do it. I'm not gonna try to get too crazy. And then I'll come back with my 220. Pretty much it. I noticed right here needs some more filling, so I'll do that later. But so we'll fill that in. But I'm gonna put a little primer on it and show you how smooth that looks. Just kind of fill this in a little bit. You can tell it's very clean. But you see that little area? See these little, let's see if it'll focus in. There we go. See them little pits right here? These little pits right there are from porosity or pinholes, as they call them. And that'll have to have some of that green putty. And you can't see that until you put primer on it. But you can tell that that's a pretty good fit. Got a little work to do here, but other than that, it's pretty clean. And if you go back here, you can tell I've already did a little bit here, and that part is done. So, and it's getting very clean, starting to really look like a really nice fit, and finish is really good. But we'll let that dry and we'll sand it back down here in a bit. Go ahead and show you this side. There's already been a little work done. You can tell that seam line is really nice. Still a little bit more bondo to do and work, but it's really starting to come together. It looks good. and it looks like it was factory made, and that's important to make all this look nice and clean. That's pretty much it for this video. This footage is kind of left over from doing the hatch in the back here, and then I did this before and I thought I could do a little better, so I did this, but I had a little extra some footage I needed to get rid of, so I put it on this video. I realize it's kind of redundant, and I realize also some of you guys might not watch all the way through because it is just about sanding. But there's little techniques like the porosity and things like that that you can learn. So I hope you watch the whole video. I hope you like the video. I hope you share the video. And most importantly, I hope you subscribe to the channel. We're getting really close to getting to some paint on this particular airplane. And we're going to do a flight video and everything. So stay tuned and remember to subscribe and get back to sanding.